Manchester United 0. This is the worst ever defeat in the last 92 years ever since United has played the game of football. It shows you how these players today don't even need to get a salary for this week. These players of United don't need to get a salary of this week. You can't defend like that. You can't play like that against Liverpool, having spent very many games without losing. We last lost away the Premier League at Arsenal and lost. Look at the way we lost at Arsenal. We lost in a very honorable way. All Arsenal's fans, we are saying that, all right, United is back. They've given us a game and we never had Casemiro. You get? But this time around, Casemiro is in. Almost this entire team is full. You go out to Anfield and put out such a display. Heads must roll. Heads must roll. You get? Every player, apart from David De Gea in that team, is responsible for what we've gone ahead to concede today. Being beaten, battered, annihilated, and conceding 7. I've even made a mistake. I've given United 7. Let me change the artwork. That shows you how much my mind is really out of order. I'm out of order, guys. This is out of order. How can I give United 7 goals? Yet we've conceded. Yet we've been beaten 7. People celebrating because these players have again down tools. You can't down tools in such a game. You can't down tools in such a fixture. You can't put down the guard and allow everything coming in from Liverpool to go past us as you want. That is out. That is out. That is out. I'm going to talk about the player that made us lose this game. I know the name. I've seen what has done. Ten Hag also is to blame. He left this player to play 90 minutes on the field of play. Why can you leave a player like that on the field of play? Yet Vegas, when he was playing very bad against Barcelona, you took him off. We conceded 3 goals, all from one player, and you don't take him off the field of play when it is 3-0. Oh my God, I can't even handle this. Ten Hag also, this time around, is to blame. Is to blame for the substitutions he made. At 3-0, you bring on Scott McTominay to do what into that game? To do what into that game? The substitutions that Ten Hag did were really bad also. He lost the grip of this game. I don't know how, but he had to make right substitutions. Look at when Sabitzer came in through. He was holding that ball and doing the necessary passes. This is what I've always told people, that Freddie is nowhere near the quality of Sabitzer. And in such games, it's quality that wins. Look at Liverpool. The front three, the quality of the front three has gone ahead to really put us on their sword of Anfield. Mohamed Salah with a brace, Nunes with a brace, and Cody Gakpo with a brace. That's what you get each and every time. You get chances and don't utilize them. In the first half, we had the better chances. 3 good chances. 3 good chances. But the best were that of Rashford. It was just a tap-in. Bruno Fernandes, Dalot releasing him onto the far post. He goes for diving header and he fails to put it on target. For that, we really laid ourselves down. And after missing out on the best chances, Liverpool got a chance that is nowhere near ours, but they put it to bed. It shows you what quality means. Quality calls for that. You get? In such games, such moments define these fixtures. And we've been battered. I don't know even whether the word battered is even enough. I think we've been destroyed. We've been destroyed. We've been humiliated. And we are humbled. I don't know what conversation is going to be in that bus of United as these players travel back to Manchester. If I'm Erik ten Hag, tomorrow morning at Carrington, they have to run and run and run and run and run and run, because you can't tell me that after beating Barcelona, drawing away at Barcelona, we come at Anfield and lose stupidly like that. And lose stupidly like that. You get? Casemiro looked off. Varane looked off. Lisandro Martinez looked off. Dalot was a little bit of a glimmer. Shaw, first half very well. Second half, he was nowhere to be seen. Fred, he was lost. He was lost in the game. Rashford, he had the chance to put us ahead, and he wasted it. Veghos, he was like a pedestrian. He fought his battles. He was like a passenger. He fought what he would have. He fought his best, and obviously, that is what he can offer you. There is nothing that you can ask him to offer you, because for him, he offers you what he has got. You get? So, but let me talk about the player that cost us this game. This player goes by the names of Antony. You might not have watched all of these things, but let me show you how we get out of this game before I go into your comments, because today I just want to go all out and read most of your comments here. Let me show you how we concede the first goal. And that first goal just gives away this game. And he never did it once. In the second half, he did it twice. He loses his man, and on those both occasions in the second half, guess who he loses? He loses Mohamed Salah, and Salah penalizes us. All right, this is the fault. I think I've gotten it. Let me show you this scenario. I've seen some people who don't know the game of football coming here and blaming Dalot, but Dalot was keeping his position. And if at all you know the game of football, what is the role of Antony? What is the role of Antony? Look at this. Look at this. You see, Dalot was around here, and this Robertson guy was unmarked here, and Antony was at the center half doing nothing, totally nothing. And they pass that ball to find Robertson, and Robertson goes in for a very brilliant pass in here, and Gakpo just finishes it home and really makes it 1-0. But who is the reason as to why we concede this goal? It's all in the name of Antony. And today, all the goals we concede, the next two goals we concede in the second half, I think there is, let me find the photos here because I want to be more exact. But Antony put us to a 3-goal conceding this today. We conceded 3 goals because of Antony. That's it. Let me show you something else. For the 4th goal, I think it was the 3rd. What is the 3rd goal? I want to see the 3rd goal. The 3rd goal again, he loses. The 3rd goal, he loses Mohamed Salah. And Mohamed Salah runs into space and releases Cody Gakpo to make it 3-0. For the 4th goal, he's the one who loses possession at the D of Liverpool, and Mohamed Salah wins that ball over him. And then he comfortably doesn't even make a move. And he stays still, standing still. How can you stand still when you've lost the ball? When you've lost the ball, you can't stand still like that. And again, it was 3-0. And out of those 3 goals per se, Antony had made United concede 2 out of 3. Ten Hag makes a substitute. He makes a substitution. He takes off Freddie. He takes off Weghorst. And he leaves Antony on. 4 minutes later, having not taken him off, guess what happens? We concede. And who is the reason for us conceding? It's Antony. Again, he takes off other players. That is Casemiro and Luke Shaw. He leaves Antony on the pitch. How can you leave a player like Antony on the pitch? Yet, when Man City beat us 4-0 at halftime, you took off Sancho and brought on other players. Is there favoritism at Manchester United? Lisandro Martinez was taken off. We understand. He has been having a bad day in office. But why don't you take off Antony? Because he's the reason as to why we were 3 goals down. That's it. If by the 60th minute, that game was 1-0, obviously, would have understood and would have fought to get back into that game. But at that minute, it was 4-0, and again Ten Hag leaves that man on the field of play. That is Antony. What's the reason for leaving Antony on the field of play, yet he has gone ahead to cost us such a game? Very big game. The rivalry between us and Liverpool doesn't call for us to concede 7 goals. We can't concede 7, guys. We can't concede 7. I know Liverpool would have won, because when we went to this game of football, we are favorites because we are the better team and we had a very good defense. But amidst all us being the favorites to win, you wouldn't rule out Liverpool. That's why I said 40% win for Manchester United, 30% win for Liverpool, and 25%, 30% a draw. But however much Liverpool would have gone in with the 30% and won this beautiful game of football, it doesn't need us to concede 7. We can't concede 7. This is punishable under the rules that govern Manchester United. Even under the worst manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the best they did was 5. Are these players downing tools? Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Let me go into your comments and read them out. Alfred Kennedy, Niyibingira, a very huge humiliation indeed. I'm shocked. For me, when it was 3-0, I knew where it was going. And I just found myself in a situation of comforting, because what else can you do? Can you pass through the TV? Go attack these players? There is nothing you can do apart from just watching that game of football getting ended and prepare for what next. That's it. But it is really a very huge, shocking annihilation. All players were very worse, except no one. All of them were worse. All of them were worse, and they had a very bad game. Nachitende Esther, it's a new record. We've gone ahead to concede 7. We last conceded 7 92 years back. It's really very, very, very annoying. Nachitende Esther, I didn't know whom to blame. The first player to blame for me, it's Antony. If that first half ends 0-0, Liverpool would have come with a lot of respect, knowing that, all right, let's play our game, but let's play with a little bit of respect. But they were having one, and they were home. The manager told them, let's go for an early one, and they got it. But if at all Antony had kept his man very well, that is Robertson, because the role of Antony was to mark Robertson. The role of Dalot was to mark Nunes, and Dalot did his job. Where was Antony? Antony has costed us 3 goals. Today, 3 goals. We've considered them because of Antony. That is. And he's the reason as to why we are here. At the Barrow Payemi, I'm not happy at all. No one is happy. That's it at all. Thank you. Then I'm having Alex Gomez. I agree, bro. Was that they gave up like last season? Sell the ones that were last year. To me, this is a reality check. Do you know why it's a reality check? Out of the 4 players of Liverpool that are going to hate to score against us, Ten Hag wanted them. Ten Hag wanted Darwin Nunes, and he went to Liverpool. The board failed to deliver, and we lost that player. Remember, who was negotiating that deal? It was George Mendes. George Mendes is known to be a very close pal to the board of Manchester United. And because we couldn't raise to a level of 80 million euros, we failed to bring in Darwin Nunes. Ten Hag wanted him, and it was not delivered. The player that scores, that opens or breaks the dreadlock today is Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo was wanted by Manchester United. He held discussions with United. Personal terms were agreed. Guess what happened? He went to Liverpool. United were saying we don't have money, and it bites so much inside our heart to be so much painful that the players that would have been playing against Liverpool are playing against us, and they are scoring against us. And if there is a jumping that Liverpool wanted to get back their season alive, they got it today. They got it today by beating United 7. If it was like 3-1, 2-1, would have been okay, would have sounded normal. But oh my God, you can't tell me that those players that we wanted of pure quality, we never got them. And you're having a Weghorst. I'm not going to attack Weghorst because for him, he just found himself at Old Trafford because Ten Hag was left with no options. And that is the work of the Glazers that is really putting us to the sword every time we face quality teams. Trust me, if you are having Cody Gakpo leading that line, it's a different result altogether because Rashford is playing into his position. But Rashford and Bruno Fernandes are not played into their better king quality. That's it. But again, I go on and I caution Erik Ten Hag and call him out. Do you know why? There is no way I start Freddy ahead of Sabitzer. Such games, if at all you watched my match day live as we are heading to the game 1 hour 2, I told you people that when you look at Sabitzer, he's made for games like this. He's meant to play games like this. This is where quality goes ahead to outpass the intensity. Freddy can do anything he does, runs around like a headless chicken, but when it comes to quality, his quality is really minimal. And today you've seen it. He has been really off. And I don't know what was wrong with Casemiro too. Casemiro never showed up today. He was nowhere to be seen. He never came for the party. He never at all came for the party. So it goes back to how our season started, how we made our signings, how we really let down Erik ten Hag when he wanted players in January for reinforcement. He wanted João Felix, or Cody Gakpo, or Memphis Depay, and we couldn't get any of those. And to make it worse, João Felix was just a loan player for just 10 million pounds. We couldn't pay 10 million pounds and pay his salary. That is really worse. Do you want to be having owners who can't back your manager when he senses danger ahead of the season? That's why we are calling in for the Qataris to come in through and take over this club. They should sell this club, and we are losing 7-0 today because of the Glazers. That's it. Not having negotiators at the club that can negotiate these deals to come in at time. And secondly, not delivering these players. Better late than never. If they had delivered Darwin Núñez, if they had delivered Cody Gakpo, everything would have been fine today. Would have been a better side. That's it. But the manager's hands are tied amidst him making some mistakes in this beautiful game that we played at Anfield and we are annihilated. But his hands are tied, though he also made some selections and failed to make substitutions today that were really on point. But you had sometimes feel for Erik ten Hag. Ahmed Musa, this is worst result from Dubai. All right, it's the worst result. City, at least, they beat us 6 and we scored 3. But this time round, 7-0. When did you last see United failing to score in a game under Erik ten Hag? I think we last failed to score in a game when we are battered by Brentford 4-0. That's it. 4-0. But all games that came in through after, we've been scoring goals. Even that of City, that was a humbling of 6, we scored 3. But today, we were not on target. But again, it goes back where we started from. When you get your chances in games like this and don't utilize them, when your opponents get them, they are not going to act like you acted. Liverpool showed us that when they really rise up on their day, they can destroy you if you don't utilize your chances. And that's what really happened. Antony, Shaw, and Dalot. Shaw for the second goal, I think. The third goal is Antony. And I don't want to put Dalot into this conversation. Do you know why? Dalot is a culprit. Is a culprit because of Antony's not tracking back. And why doesn't he track back? I don't know why. And the manager keeps him on. That's why I'm going in for Erik ten Hag. In a game like this, you can't call in for that complacency. How can't you track back? How can't you track back? The first goal we conceded because Antony doesn't keep his man. Who plays that line splitting pass? It's Robertson, unmarked. Who is supposed to be marking? Who is supposed to be marking? Who is supposed to be marking that guy? It's Antony. Antony didn't do his job. And in this game of football, if one of the players doesn't do his job, others get affected. Look at all those goals we concede. I'm not going to come out and blame the central defense of United because they had nothing to do. It was most of the goals were counterattacks. They hit us on the break, and we lost balls in areas we are not supposed to lose balls in. That's it. Because Liverpool never went ahead to do a build-up play. The first goal, Alisson drops that ball into the midfield. It finds Robertson. Robertson does a line-splitting pass to find Gakpo. Gakpo calls it home. You get? He bends it into the net. That's it. They never needed to even break a sweat to score those 7 goals. What hard thing did they have to do? They never had nothing to do. Why? Our pitch was divided into 2. the defense, and the forwards. Typical division. And obviously, if at all you are divided, you know what happens. Your opponents easily pass through you like a knife through butter. Barista David, Ten Hag is the reason why we lost the game. I think he should be blamed too this time around because there are changes that would have been made immediately. To me, I've always come here and stood. You've seen me doing all the pre-match reactions, all match previews. I've come here and on several occasions, I've called in for Sabitzer to play alongside Fred. Sorry, to play alongside Casemiro, not Fred, I'm sorry. Why? I know what quality brings. Sabitzer is a quality player. On any day, I start Sabitzer ahead of Fred. That's it. Smash the like button, guys. We are having 150 people watching in, and only 29 likes have been issued on this video. Guys, smash the like button. Smash it like no other. So some selections we are really demanding to not be made. And secondly, if these players were forced on a field of play when they are ill, like Casemiro, Varane, because for Varane, I think Varane had a very beautiful game. Shaw had a very good first half, but the second half really saw him lose the game and lose himself. I think it was because of the goals that we went in through. And Ten Hag is to be blamed. You rather put in a fully fit player than putting in a half-fully fit player, because in just 15 minutes, we saw Casemiro limping on the field of play, showing that something was not right with him. And obviously, you saw that there is something wrong with Casemiro because he never even put in effort to see himself play going forward. You rather bring in Scott McTominay to play there. You rather do that because you know he ran and do the needful, other than bringing in a half-fit Casemiro in this game, because he won't benefit you. And I think that's a lesson to the board of United, because why don't we have a backup for Casemiro? That's another reason to attack the board of United and the Glazers to leave our club. They should leave this club and leave us in peace. Glazers, please, show us your back. You are not supposed to be here. Then we are having Mulenga. These players need to leave the club. No, not all. There are some players who are not supposed to be playing at Manchester United. I've seen people excited about Freddie. These players should leave the club, according to me. Harry Maguire, Fred, Scott McTominay, who else? Who else should leave? Those three, especially, should leave this club. They have no job here. Their quality doesn't deserve to be in the levels of playing for Manchester United. Fred and Scott McTominay, they should be sold, and two midfielders should be brought in. Sabitzer is already there as a replacement, and we should get in one midfielder who can play as a CDM and as a box-to-box midfielder. That's what we should be doing in the summer, because today Casemiro had a very bad day in office, and we've been annihilated. We've been destroyed. That's it. I don't know whom to blame. To me, I know whom to blame. I know whom to blame because I watched this game. Ten Hag, course. Yeah, Ten Hag, to me, at 3-0, with how United has been playing, I knew that if at all Ten Hag could bring on Sancho on the field of play and take off Antony, then he gets Bruno back in the central attack midfield area. Then he brings on Sabitzer in the midfield to play alongside Casemiro. We would have gone ahead to galvanize again and then launch attacks to really release people like Rashford. You get? Because if you bring on Garnacho and you're not having a Sabitzer, who is going to feed this guy the ball? Because Casemiro showed you today that he cannot connect the midfield to the attack. We needed a player who could connect the midfield to the attack. And who is that player? That player is called Sabitzer. Fred can't do it. Fred can't do it. He just runs around like a headless chicken, and then things go in his favor, and people come out and celebrate him. I'm sorry, my mates. I don't go ahead to celebrate such players. I celebrate players who are really having quality. You get? I want players who are really having quality. Antony has annoyed me today. I'm too pissed about Antony, guys. I'm very, very pissed about Antony. You can't put out such a display in such a big game. In such a big game, you get the ball, instead of going in for a quick pass, you just go all out there to do time wasting. Because look at Liverpool. When they launched their attack in transit, they are really swift. They were swift. You can agree with me. You get? And we got very many chances in the first half to break away. But Mohamed Salah never took more than 2 or 3 touches on the ball. He just got, the only way he really took 3 touches when he was in the 10-yard box area of Manchester United, when he needed to do the hold-up play and wait for other players of Liverpool to come in through. That's it. But every time there was need for him to release a player, he went straight, released the player. Look at Dalot. Dalot makes a very good run that was really inviting the pass from Antony. Antony goes in for carrying effort to Alisson Becker. But Salah doesn't do that. Salah just adds on that ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's it. It's really annoying. It's really annoying that a player known as Antony is doing that at that age. In games like this, you'll be remembered by the good you did. And what gets you to the good is doing things quick and fast. Guys, I think let's focus on the next game. I understand, but we should iron out these mistakes. You think we are going to let these players to drop tools like this? However much they've been performing like that, they've gone ahead to lose 7. 7. This is the best side of Manchester United ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left. We are not just trying to just force it, but that's the fact. They're playing very well. Ferguson, the worst he lost against Liverpool was 4-0, and we got a red card of Vidic. These players were 11, and they conceded 7. 7. In Africa, they say, drop the Lord or the stick and spoil the child. That's it. We should go to these players, blame them, because this is not the result we would have gotten from this fixture. That's it. Mulengala team, Bissaka has been playing better than Dalot, so he should. By the way, guys, tell me, what wrong did Dalot do? Dalot did nothing. And one of the chances that we had to go ahead that Bruno misses, it's because of Dalot wiping that cross in. To me, Dalot was one of the best players. Dalot, Luke Shaw, were one of the best players on the field of play in the first half. They played very, very well. Amidst Antony not returning to help out on Dalot and Bruno Fernandes not tracking back to help out on Luke Shaw, they closed down those areas very well. Not until a mistake that we did again and again and again resulted into a goal. And how does it result in a goal? Antony failing to keep his man. That's it. We lose that game because of Antony. 3 goals we concede are because of Antony not tracking back. He lost the ball twice for us to concede the 3rd, I think, and the 4th goal. That is Dalot for you. And that's what you get when your manager goes ahead to make decisions of keeping players like those on the field of play. Dalot had nothing to do in any of the goals we conceded. You get? And tell me what Bissaka would have done in that situation, because he had to come in to close in on who? On Robertson, because Antony failed to do his job. And Antony just looked bad today. He's the worst player in the field of play. In my player ratings, I might even give him a 2. John Evans, I'm never seen all United players when they're totally doing that. Guys, you know, sometimes bad times come and you concede like that, but at least you'd love to see your players fight back. No way. I saw these players fighting back. They just down tools. And downing tools at Old Trafford, sorry, at Manchester United, when you're putting on that jersey of Manchester United, is unacceptable. This is unacceptable that we've lost. Then never blame individual. The old team didn't play well. To me, I have to blame every player who costed us. And we lose this game because of Antony. I repeat it. Go watch that game very well. Out of the first 4 goals we concede, Antony is the cause of the 3 goals. Liverpool is the deadliest team when it comes to transitions and really hitting teams on the break. That's what they do. That's what they've been doing season in, season out. That's it. And you lose out balls like that, and you don't track back to defend. Obviously, Mohamed Salah on 3 occasions, one he has scored, 2 occasions, putting up an assist. Antony was supposed to be tracking Mohamed Salah, and he just stopped doing it, never ran. And guess what happened? We lose stupidly like that because of his mistakes. Guys, you know, I didn't want to bring this photo back, but let me bring it back. You know, let me try to find a better picture of Antony, and I show you what I'm talking about. You know, you are blaming Dalot because you don't pay attention to every detail where the ball comes in to find where the ball came in to find this player. That's it. Antony is the man to blame for this goal. The first goal we concede, it's Antony's blunder. That's it. It's Antony's blunder. Hate it, you love Antony, or you'd like to pin who? You'd like to pin Dalot. If Dalot had a very bad game, Ten Hag had an option of taking him off. If they told you who should you take off at the beginning of the first half, would you go all out and say Dalot? Would you be specific and be good? Be realistic to yourself. Would you say Dalot? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Let me show you this photo. Let me show you. I've got it. Look at that photo. Let me even broaden it and show it to you very well, because can I ask you a question? Why does a right back have to find himself in this position? Get me the answer. Why does a right back have to find himself in this situation? We lose our formation. Fred is supposed to be playing here. Dalot is supposed to be playing here, marking Cody Gakpo. Why does Dalot come here to mark this man? Because this man failed to do his job, and look at him. He's just not bothered. And we come to this situation because Dalot was around here, and Antony was at the center half, and this guy, Robertson, was here. You get? In the wide area, on the touchline. And Antony was supposed to trot from here to come and make it hard for Robertson. But he lets him receive the ball and comes into this area. Dalot is forced to come out from here to mark this player. Unless you didn't watch that game, look at the first goal very well. We conceded because of Antony. How do you blame Dalot in this situation? How do you blame Dalot? Dalot is here. Dalot is here, trying to close him down. Now, this pass was really exquisite and very accurate. Dalot here, Freddy here. We are done. That's it. But we are done because of a mistake of a single individual, and that is Antony. That is Antony. We are done today because of this guy. We go to halftime when the game is 0-0. I don't see how Liverpool comes all out like that. No way. You get? But everything is lost because of how we go ahead and not defend from the first line of defense. And let me teach you football, guys. Do you know the first line of defense? The first line of defense are the forwards. How do they really mark? That's the first line of defense. And the last line of defense is the goalkeeper. The second line of defense are the midfielders. The third line of defense are the defenders. The fourth line of defense is the goalkeeper. It's the last line of defense. And if at all your first line of defense loses out, then you are having high chances of really conceding. Everyone's totally off today, right? This is humiliating. Antony need competition in that position. Obviously, that's why to me, I'm calling in for Amad Diallo to come in through. Trust me, you throw Amad Diallo into that team, he does a better job than Antony. I'm not trying to slate Antony, but he is a good player, but he makes wrong decisions and he downs tools every time. That's it. I support Arsenal, but this is really unacceptable. You can't afford to lose by 7 goals when you go as the favorites to win the game. You're right, Klein. You are right, Klein. You know, To me, a loss of 3-2, 3-0 would have been okay. But how can we concede 7 goals? Last season, in the double tie between us and Liverpool, we conceded 9. 9. The only difference this time round is that we've lost 1 and won 1. At home we won, and away from home we've conceded. But we can't lose like that. We went into that game as favorites, and we've been annihilated by Liverpool. That's unacceptable. Bashir Sendagire, why why Sabitzer not starting? And this is what I'm really talking about. And you've heard me on several occasions. I've called out for Sabitzer to start because I know what it means to start a quality player. Quality complements quality. The moment Casemiro finds himself in good cohesion with a player called Sabitzer, you'll see a very big difference, or huge difference in that midfield of United. That's it. Because Freddie, you can't trust him. He blows hot and cold. Today he will be good. Tomorrow he won't be good. And you've seen him today in the most important game of the season for United. He has gone ahead to down tools. And you can't rely on such a player, because if you keep him at your club and the other players are playing there, time might come when the others are injured and the only player to play with, and he will go ahead and affect us as he has always done. Freddie looked bad today, very bad today. And I've always told you that Freddie has shown us that he's an impactful player. And I don't know why Ten Hag doesn't understand this. Fred is an impact player off the bench. But Sabitzer is a player you need in that midfield. You start Sabitzer, Casemiro. Sabitzer is a very good pass of the ball. He will get those passes, better tackler than Freddie. I don't know what Fred does better than Sabitzer. I don't know why. Rick Barlow, thank you for watching in. Mohamed Kelly from the midfield today, even Casemiro fired Bruno, right? I never saw that moment. But Bruno Fernandes, Abuka United chapter, unforgivable. Oh, that's it. This is unforgivable. And you can't come out and concede stupid like this, and you think we're going to come here and really pamper you. We can't. If it's a 2-1 win, 3-0, 2-0, we can come here and talk with a lot of pampering of these players. But 7-0, guys, unacceptable, unforgivable. How now? Too bad to watch this. With this confidence, really, they dismantle us in such a manner. Ten Hag has failed us the first time now. And we have to go for him because he's the one who picks these players. And if I'm an African down in Africa trying to see things as Ten Hag sees them, and we reach to a level when we are differing on who should start, especially the midfield are supposed to be playing alongside Casemiro, then Ten Hag is letting us down. The beauty with Ten Hag is that he has always been in tune with our thoughts. But for Sabitzer, it's really something that should be implemented immediately. In the next games, Freddie should go back on the bench. He should go back on the bench because he's always like that. When you need him most, he won't deliver. I called out for Sabitzer to start in the game of Liverpool because he knows these games and he's good. Just one moment of brilliance like this in the game of Newcastle, he released Rashford, and Rashford went in for selfish effort, but he would have gone ahead to play in Antony and score. And even today, see the passing of Sabitzer, see the quality of Sabitzer. Fred can't start ahead of Sabitzer, guy. He can't. That is one of the things that I've not agreed with Eric Ten Hag. Ten Hag has benched Dalot because I love Dalot for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I admitted that Bissaka is really playing very well and deserves a start. You get? He has benched which player? Luke Shaw for Malaysia. I agreed with that. Now, for Sabitzer, non-starting in that midfield of United, I'm not agreeing with Eric Ten Hag. For that, we failed to be in the same tune. That's it. Your midfield was totally dead. I have nothing to talk about it. Yeah, it was dead. It was dead. And Casemiro looked like he played. Casemiro was unfit. He was having a problem. And that means Ten Hag forced him on the field of play. And you can't force Casemiro on the field of play like that. You can't. You can't. In a game like this, you can't. John Evans, Dalot is the one to blame for the first goal. For that, I'm not going to explain again because I've done enough explanations. Go watch that game back very well and come here and tell me. Then in this game, in game like this, we need a confidence player like Sancho, Sabitzer, Malacia, instead of Freddy, Garnacho, and McTominay. For sure, for Malacia, I think Shaw is playing very well. And he played very well today. Apart from that ball he gives away that leads to us conceding. Is the third goal? Third or second goal, one of those. But Sancho would have come on for Antony at the beginning of the second half. Sabitzer would have started. That's it. You can't leave a quality player like Sabitzer on the bench. That's it. And Ten Hag is going to sit back with his management team, and they are going to get to know that Freddie is not a player to reckon with. He has let down very many managers at Old Trafford. Let him end his career and let him live. Let's get in other players that really have the quality that Eric Ten Hag wants. Why should we come here and praise players who are really blowing hot and cold? They are inconsistent. That is built up in their DNA. Scott McTominay, Freddie, Harry Maguire, those are the first three players I want to see at the exit of United at the beginning of the summer transfer window. They should pack their goods and leave. There is nothing they're going to add to that club. There is nothing they are going to add to that club apart from earning a lot of money from the team. And I will be so much surprised when Freddie is given a contract, because games like these are the ones that really give you a contract. And I'm so much happy that in the conversation of rewarding players' contracts, Freddie is not there because his contract is running down in 2024. PSG wants him. They want to give us 30 million pounds. Happily we receive it and let Fred live. Let him live. John Biamukama, I wish Antony. No, for me, I don't want him to leave. I don't want him to leave, but there are things Antony should improve. Antony has improved ever since he came in at Manchester United, but I want to see him making mature decisions. You see, I want to see him making mature decisions. That's it. He should make mature decisions. And this is where I call in for the likes of Greenwood to come in back, Ahmad Diallo to come in back. I want to see how Antony will feel when his position is taken by those players, because I know how business-minded they are. When they are on the field of play, they mean business. The way Greenwood and Ahmad Diallo sit down players, Antony has not yet reached that level. And the way Greenwood takes that shot outside the teenage box area, guys, he has one of the best shots in the world, cutting off from the right. Look at Ahmad Diallo. Not selfish. He can go past players. Every time he gets that ball, he cuts inside. He runs diagonally. And for Antony's case, why doesn't he make direct diagonal runs through the central axis of the pitch? Every time he gets that ball, even if there is space ahead of him, he just runs towards the byline and touchline. So, Nelson Mwesigwa, I don't know why Casemiro was not in the game. The fact is, Casemiro was brought in this game when he's injured. All right, I'm sorry. We had a glitch, but I'm back. And Joseph Aaron says he's telling me that I don't know what happened to the players. I'm back. It's not all about what happened to the players. It's what we didn't do in this beautiful game of football. And one player can really cost the game. And we did sow ourselves into that mode of really losing because of this guy. And where was I? Where was I? All right. I don't know why Erik ten Hag doesn't want to use Sancho, Sabitzer, Wan-Bissaka, Malacia, memories. All right. Muyonjo, thanks Rokan for the update. We have lost, but let's keep the momentum. All right. Let's keep the momentum again. I don't know why Erik ten Hag doesn't love to put Freddie on the field. That's the big question, guys. For me, it really baffles me. It beats my understanding that Erik ten Hag goes in for Freddie ahead of Sabitzer. Emmanuel Comson, it should be like Sabi, Casemiro, Bruno, and Fred. When we came second half, Rashi Garnacho. Guys, to me, I don't believe when I'm having Sabitzer, Freddie is in any conversation of starting the game at Old Trafford. He shouldn't. Even away at Old Trafford, he shouldn't be starting. Edwin, Fred made Dalot flop a lot today. That's why he was making that wing bad. Guys, Freddie, I think he should be sold. Ivan Opio, Rokani, don't talk the coach has bettered. If not, they shouldn't embarrass us like this. Erik ten Hag should stop playing Bruno on the wing. To me, there are things I don't agree with Erik ten Hag, and this is one of them. I believe Bruno benefits us better as a central attacking midfielder or a number 10 than playing him on the wing. You get? And you rather put Rashford off the left, Weghorst through the middle, Bruno in the center, and then Antony or Sancho wide. Sabitzer, Casemiro in the midfield. I would like to see us playing like that. I would like us to be playing like that. Bruno on the wing, it doesn't work. I miss Sancho in the first half. Obviously, to me, I believe Sancho is a more productive player, but I think having been ill, the manager never trusted him to come in through and really play the play. Obviously, the manager loves Antony because Antony gives us balance on that right side. I like Antony, but he should stop costing us games like this. He should. He should stop it. He should stop it. Angedo David, we would have bought Gakpo than Antony. No, for me, Antony was a good player, but the way we made those negotiations, we got the £30 million that he would have used to buy Cody Gakpo and spent it on Antony. That's it. That is the big problem that the board of United did. They would have gotten in Antony early enough. Emmanuel Comson, we need Greenwood now. We need him, but I don't know whether he's going to come back. Jalo, very sad, bro. Yeah, it's sad. But amid this, what we move on. Kanti, Motra, Ronaldo is not in field, but 7 goals. Don't bring Ronaldo here. I think we've performed a lot better ever since Ronaldo left. Ronaldo, where he is right now, he's also knowing that was the problem at Manchester United. That's it. That's it. All right. Ronaldo, I don't want to talk about Ronaldo, guys, because he's really in Saudi Arabia and shows you how much has dropped off. Even when he was a free agent, no team in Europe would give him a job. That's it. I have always denied the rumors. Antony is a YouTube player until today. I'm trying to remember his impact in this game, apart from the shot he made in the first half. Sancho was needed immediately. Antony was off. And I don't know why it took Erik ten Hag 90 minutes not to realize that this player was never needed to be on the field of play for Manchester United. Prince Alex, but we went at Anfield. Yeah, we went. And the first half, we played very well. After Antony doing all that stupid nonsense, that's why we concede. Don't talk about Ronaldo. Don't talk about Ronaldo. He did nothing for this club last season. The other season, he scored 24 goals, and we appreciated him. We voted him as the player of United for the year. But this time around this season, he was really crap. He was crap. Even the chances he had to score, he couldn't score them. No, Dalot was leaving his position. That made open for Liverpool. How many goals came off the right side? How many goals came off the right side? We conceded 7, and only 2 came off the right side. You get? Where did the other 5 pass? Guys, before you think about the position of the defender, think about how do we find ourselves in the situation of exposing our defense. It's because there is a person who is not doing his job. That's it. That's why we exposed. Emmanuel Othieno, it's today that I lost hope for lifting the league. Obviously, the league is off. The league is off and we are off. Right now, Arsenal is 14 points ahead of us. You get? Even if we win our other game, we will be 11 points behind Arsenal. And remember, Arsenal is going to play another game on the 19th, or I think on the 19th, and us we are going to be playing in the FA Cup against Fulham. So Arsenal might even go 17 points ahead of us. So we are out of the title conversation. Out totally. Mukhtar, no, Dalot was leaving his position. I've read that. I love the way they played. Who played well? Liverpool or United? United played very badly. We need to bring back Greenwood. No, Antony should be here, but I think he should face competition. He should face competition, because if I'm having an elite player who does that, then why should I cry for Antony? That's what Pep Guardiola was explaining to the media about Phil Foden. He said if Phil Foden wants to get into the starting 11 of Manchester City, he should show me that he can perform better than Mahrez. And when he did that, he's back in the starting 11. And in the previous 3 games, he has gone ahead to score close to 4 goals. That is Phil Foden. Mukhtar, all right. Keredin, all right. I've read this very many times. Dalot should not start. Guys, then you don't know the game. Which world are you living at? 7 is a lucky number. Don't worry. Ronaldo the GOAT. All right. I think we are doing far much better than Ronaldo. His first season at United, however much he scored 24 goals, we never qualified for the Champions League. Ten Hag is here. We've won a trophy. We are still competing for the FA Cup and UEFA Europa League. And you are comfortably sat in the 3rd position of the Premier League. That's it. So, Arsenal fans, we can't accept this kind of beating. You guys are happy celebrating. You are happy celebrating. But I know Arsenal fans are happy because they knew that if we won this game, we would have got another gear to see to it that we put up a fight for the title. But that's it. That's the game. But our players should know that we shouldn't be losing like this. Antony too proud for nothing, no true mind, ethics. Guys, Antony made us lose this game. I don't know why the manager like Dalot is a good player, guys. Dalot played the first half of the season, they went to the cup, and no one was calling it for Wan-Bissaka. I've come here and told you that I've liked the way Ten Hag has integrated Wan-Bissaka into this team. And trust me, in the style of Eric Ten Hag, Bissaka needs to work a lot to improve on his offensive game to find himself into this team. But let me tell you this, United has opened up discussions with Frimpong, a right back that plays for Bayern Leverkusen. That's it. And this player is going to be signed by Eric Ten Hag in the summer. That calls for the selling of Wan-Bissaka. And Ten Hag might be using Wan-Bissaka to put him in the shop window to get close to £30 million to finance his signings in the summer. Why? He has been told that to sign the players he wants, he needs to sell to buy. I told you that Weghorst is bad, starting at Manchester United. Soonest realize Weghorst is not bad. He's being played out of position by the manager. And how can you pick out a single player to blame, you get, when the entire team looked bad? Weghorst never resulted into any goal. The reason that's why I'm picking out Antony and I've gone ahead to blame others is simple. Antony costed us 3 goals. 3 goals. That's why I'm picking him out. I will blame the manager. A game like this, how can we are considering and keeping on substitute the midfielders. So, Ten Hag is going to take a blame. The players are taking a blame. And I think they should share the blame this time round. Honestly speaking, Antony was very, very poor in his performance today and has costed the entire team. And on top, and this is what I always tell people, always. And people tell me that I have an agenda over certain players. I don't, but you only realize how costly these players are when we lose. But when we win, if I told you went ahead to win this game by 4-3, everyone we wouldn't have been talking about Antony. You get? But he's the cause of the downfall of us at Anfield. We had defended very well, and guess what? He fails to keep his man. Please, David, don't rate them today. And the player ratings are coming up. Liverpool never disappoint, Harry Josh. Liverpool have beaten us. It's a night you wouldn't like to have. Then I'm having Putra, thank you for watching in. Then I like Real Madrid, Ola Liverpool, all right, thank you for watching in. Then I'm having Pashas, United got humbled, totally humbled. We are humbled, guys. Christmas Ivan, Dalot should not play. Guys, if you're really calling out Dalot, then you don't know the game. You don't know the game. You are just biased. You are just having an agenda. We are on our way. All right, thank you. I will be very tough to come out of this hangover. Obviously, results like this come and pass, but it's a weekend that you wouldn't like to see us conceding 7. Man United forever. Edna, all right. Bruno, Antony, and Weghorst are players they shouldn't deserve. Second half, I don't blame Bruno for the first half performance because he was played out of position. Nothing to say about that, Rokani. Thank you, Perez. Cherop Alex, Thomas, I agree with you. All right. Then Richard Ampindu, Man United came to the game with the mindset that they are better than Liverpool. Overconfidence. It wasn't overconfidence. When you look at the way United tackled the first half for the first 40 minutes before we considered the 42nd minute, we respected Liverpool. We never opened up. And every time we needed to really close down, we closed them down. But one mistake by Antony for not keeping his man and tracking back, we lose the game. Moses Okia, my people, I don't know what to do. I love Sabitzer partnering with Casemiro. I've been calling out for that. For me, Antony and Freddie are not game. That's it. Their mentality is really low and they cannot put up a fight. Antony, Dalot, McTominay, Fred, Weghorst don't deserve to wear the shirt. Not really, not really. I think it's Freddie. Freddie should go. Freddie should go. We need a better player in Freddie. Moses Okia, what is Fred waiting for in Martin United? Antony took a lot of money. All right. Then the sale. Shall we congratulate Eric Ten Hag for going with attacking subs, or shall we just hide our faces in shame? Ten Hag should be blamed for the substitutions he made, because if you are a manager, when the team is winning, you take the hail. The praises are heaped on you. If the team loses like this, we have to look at you. As we blame the players, we should also blame you. Weghorst is the problem. He's not the problem. Why? The board is the problem. Weghorst was not supposed to be playing for Manchester United. It's obviously the board that tells Ten Hag we don't have money to bring in players, and Ten Hag had to find a solution. And he's doing a better job, though today the entire team was off. For the first 40 minutes, the team was good. Then we really bottled it up. Bruno, a lot of errors today costed us. I don't think so. Hide your faces in shame. This is Gaffer. All right, thank you very much. I cannot hide my face in shame because I support United and I'm a proud supporter of United. Today, I have nothing to say about Man United. Then Michael Sebunya, thank you for watching in. We need balance in the wings. That's it. We need team spirit. And these players never fall today. They really down tools again. Let's hope that syndrome doesn't proceed on when you're playing Real Betis on Thursday. Kamara, this is a disgraceful for these players. All right. Then I'm having Dean, Bissaka, Dalot, let them attack us. And I still think our players celebrate Carabao Cup. They're not still celebrating. They know what to do. But bad day in office, I accept that. But what I don't accept is us conceding 7. I don't accept that. Conceding 7, I don't. Man United, like an amateur team, they looked bad today. Good evening, sir. I now understand today the goal is too much. Well, chatting from Nigeria. Thank you, Anthony, for watching from Nigeria. Then Kamara, everybody is just useless on the pitch. Yes, they deserve to be attacked, these players, because when they win, we praise them. And let's go for them, because this is not an unusual defeat. It's a defeat that has broken the record of United since 92 years. So we need to go to them. No Ronaldo, no Partey. Ronaldo was nothing doer in this season of Eric Ten Hag. Had nothing to do. He was a passenger. Kalule Moses Pasco, I have no complaint. We have been loaded. Now I'm just going to go through your comments. I wish we can get De Jong and the center back right. That's it. First goal came from, it was not Dalot, guys. watch that goal very well. Then I'm having Temam, Gakpo, who is most valuable. Guys, I know Gakpo. Gakpo is really a very good player that I would love at Manchester United. Since Man City be this next losing time, all right. Barista, it's just a starting project. Let's be patient, all right. But we can't be patient where we're losing 7. That's the problem. Losing to Liverpool 3-0, 2-0, 3-1, not bad. But we lost 7, guys. That's the problem. That's why I'm ranting. If we lost 3-0, I would have been here saying that, all right, Liverpool is a very good team, blah, blah, blah. But we can't lose 7. Now what, Liverpool? We can't. With our best central defense partnership, Casemiro in, we can't. Gordon Muhwezi, the moment Dalot leave this number, we are finished. Today's game, I have nothing to say, all right. Then RIP United, that is Trejo. I think he's a rival fan. Where is 100 million? Antony, let's not look at him at the money that he was bought, but he needs to do better. And I think it should go in his head, and Ten Hag should help this boy, because if Greenwood returns and Amad Diallo return, Antony might find himself out of position at Manchester United. He will be on the bench because these players are really tough. They are really tough. We destroyed the man today. What game? That is Sue Roberts of Liverpool. Thank you for watching in. Kamara, to be honest, Ten Hag also got it wrong tactics today. To me, I believe the first substitute Eric Ten Hag was supposed to make was to get Antony off the field of play and Fred. Get in Sancho, get in Sabitzer into that midfield. Because Liverpool, we are not playing the midfield. We would have used those spaces, and Sabitzer is a king to do that. Good at blocking, good at running, and he got it wrong. Good work for Liverpool. That is Jackson in Akakwe, Liverpool fan. Dalot has played in very many big games. The first game we beat Liverpool to Trafford, he defended and crossed down Diaz, that deadliest left forward in the league. He played against Arsenal. We won 3-1. So he has been a player that has been represented every time he has been called for. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was responsible for the first goal that we conceded away at Arsenal. Have you forgotten? And he doesn't keep that far post well. So Dalot is the best right back at Trafford. You guys, with time, you'll admit. John Manda, it's time. We will win next time. All right, thank you for watching in for the positivity. Perez, guys, Bissaka is better than Dalot. Guys, go to SofaScore, guys. Go to SofaScore and see their results and compare them. And secondly, go out and do this. Look at the right back of Man City, like Cancelo. Talk about the best right backs in the world. Does Bissaka rate anywhere in the best right backs in the world? And would you like to be having a player starting at your club who is rated nowhere in the hierarchy of the best right backs in the world? United should be having the best players on the field of play. No Rashford today. He never showed up. He had a chance and really misused it. All right. Amidou, I'm just stunned by what happened today, obviously. Guys, you know, this is what we call, sometimes you are even. It's what we call being bemused. You get, I'm puzzled. Players, they are tired, brother. They are not. Nothing Liverpool did and broke a sweat to score goals against us. Did Liverpool have to break a sweat to score goals against us? They didn't need to break a sweat. Our players are tired too much games. They are not tired. They are not. Do you know that these players were arrested, most of them? Lisandro Martinez, Varane, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Fred. Fred only played 1 minute. I think there were 5 minutes in the game of Fulham. Antony played 45 minutes in the game of West Ham and was gotten off the pitch. Rashford played only 30 minutes. It was only Garnacho, Dalot, who else? Weghorst, who played very many minutes. Close to 8 players we are really benched. They are not tired. They are rested. Rotation was made in the midweek. Find the manager, find the players. That's it. They shouldn't get salary this week. They shouldn't get paid this week. Onyeka Okoye, United players, very weak. They are not weak, but today they let down the tools. David, it's bad 7, my friend. I have nothing to say. We did bad. That's it. That is Paul Moha. Then Today is the day Klopp shows Ten Hag who is the boss. All right. Yeah, Klopp has won the day, I have to admit. I no need to blame Weghorst according to his talent. That's it. You're right. Antony is a very good player in Manchester United. He needs to do better. He needs to do better. No need to blame Weghorst according to the talent. All right. Then Ngambi Fernandez is the best player. His best position is number 10, not number 8. It's number 10. Then box, we need a new goalkeeper, right back, CB, CM. I think the immediate players we need are the following. We need a backup for Varane, a backup for Casemiro, and we need a center forward. Those 3 players should be paramount in our season. If we get those 3, imagine Oshman leading the line. You get Frankie de Jong playing alongside Casemiro in the double pivot. And maybe this guy known as Kim Min-jae playing alongside Lisandro Martinez. Very good and solid defense. Stop sporting like Arsenal fans. We are Man United. All right. I don't know what you mean about that. We just hope that this result won't affect the players mentally for the next matches. I know they are going to lift themselves up. Then Man United really needs reconstruction. That's a way back to the Red Devils. We know what before. I don't think they're going to drop tools. Every time we've gone ahead to down tools, these players have really gotten back. We lost to Brentford. We went back and really won very many games. We beat Liverpool. We beat Arsenal. Then Man City beat us. We got back and found ourselves back on the winning ways. So I believe these players are really going to get themselves back. Their mentality has really changed. Antony was down. He gave Dalot a lot of job, but Freddie, that's where... All right. Even Freddie had to track out Cody Gakpo, but how does he find himself not tracking Cody Gakpo? Because Dalot went to do the job of Fred. You get? And then Freddie went to do the job of Dalot. You're right. Hi, Rokani. Amopio Ivan from Uganda. Eric Ten Hag and Antony should be blamed. Why Bruno is not good at the wing? He's not good. That's it. He should be played centrally as a number 10. Minja United, shame on you. Obviously, shame is all of us because the players down the tools. I'm very disappointed in him for not closing the game down at 3. That's it. That's it. I think to go ahead and really bring in who? He brought on Scott McTominay and who? The first players he brought on. Scott McTominay and Garnacho. That doesn't close this game down. I think he had to control the damage. Bring in Sabitzer, bring in Scott McTominay, have a solid midfield 3. Then you let Rashford, Antony, and Bruno do the job. Not Bruno, not Antony. Sancho else. Get off Antony also. Get on Sancho, and let's attack with the midfield 3. That's it. White and Hag finding Fred all the time, and I think let's bring Greenwood immediately. He can't start playing right now because he's been not playing the game of football, and even if you bring him, he won't really benefit you because he needs some time to get back to full fitness. Twino Mugisha, I believe we shall go back to our original form. Personally, I blame Ten Hag for today. Yeah, thank you. I think we're going to get back. I'm very nervous for now. They kicked my day and night. Very sad. United players must do better to back history, and that lost. All right, thank you very much. That is Temam. Thomas Donker, David, stop comparing both right backs because we all know that Bissaka is good at the back today and who will defend well, not forward. But Dalot does it better. Dalot is good defensively and do good going forward. Bissaka is good defensively, but offensively, he's lacking. And secondly, he's not a press-resistant player. He doesn't act in tight spaces. Ten Hag likes players who feel comfortable when they are being passed that ball. Bissaka is not confident on the ball. You know that. Let's be good. I love Bissaka, but Dalot is 5 miles ahead of Bissaka. And with time, you'll know. I'm even sleeping, can't believe that is Twino Mugisha. And lastly, we are having Ngabi. United players were complacent, lacking usual confidence. 7-0 is too much. And guys, we call it a day. Bye-bye, guys. See you later. Let me try to collect myself and do the player ratings. Bye-bye.